Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Ian. So it's time for the next part of this lovely little Bristol Bulldog in 1/72 scale, a vintage kit from Airfix. I've got on quite a bit further. I'm taking my time with this as I'm building it for a friend who actually supplied the kit to me in the first place. So I hope you enjoy the video. I've got on quite well today. Rightly or wrongly, I decided to do it this way. As you can see, the plane is painted silver, and I put a clear coat on the main body and on the bottom wing. I've only just fastened the tail plane and the rear wing, but I have been doing some decal work, and they're actually not bad. Considering the age of the decals, they're remarkable. I do have a question though. Two-part roundels, why? Absolute pain. Anyway, especially this size. It's not like there's an option in the kit to have the roundels without the red centre, so I'm not quite sure why that is. Maybe somebody can answer me. But there you go. But they've gone on quite well, haven't they? And I can't find any evidence of silvering. They still need another coat of microsol, but they've gone on fine. These are relatively new. Sorry, I'm not quite on camera there, am I? These are relatively newly put on, so there's still a bit of work to do there, as well as this little letter M that goes just above the main support leg. And the same on the other side. They've gone on really quite well. I'm very pleased with them. So yeah, they took a little while just to start moving, but they're really quite robust. Yeah, okay. The carrier film on them could be a lot better, but it's fine. It's fine. It's no problem at all, and we'll see what it looks like after we've got the rest of it together. So I'm just letting that set up now before I do any more on it. The top wing, I've got a coat of undercoat on underneath, and I need to undercoat the top, but as you can see, the gaps have all but vanished. I don't think I can do much better than that now, so that's where it's going to stay. So I need to get an undercoat on the top, and then get this ready for painting silver, and then that will obviously go up here like that, and it'll start to look like a biplane. But there's quite a bit to do in between. There's lots of little parts to fit to the model, as well as obviously the support legs for the top wing and the undercarriage. So there's still a lot to do. But I want to leave it to set up and make sure everything's square with the wings, and let the decals set up properly and get a clear coat on them, so I'm not likely to damage them. And I don't want to do too much with the decals at once, because if I try to, I will make a mistake like I have on other models. So that's the score. So that's where we are so far. So I've been doing a few more little bits today. I got the decals on, as you know. I've also done the tail fin. That looks like it's not done properly, but actually there's quite a lot of spare carrier film on that piece. There wasn't on the other, strangely, just on that one. So I'm just waiting for that to set down a bit, and I'll cut that off. The two small badges on there. So all the decals are on that part of the plane now. So we'll see where we go with that. I've also got a bit further with the engine. That's now put together. It's really quite nice and goes together just fine. This looks a bit bronzish at the moment, which it is antique bronze. That's the colour it recommended. Just been brush painted, but by the time I've weathered it, it'll look absolutely fine. And that just needs the propeller going on the front. Speaking of which, I've made a start on the propeller, and I've been looking at images on the web. And so the plan is I've just used deck tan at the moment on there, and I've put silver on the very tip. The rest of it is going to be red. And then once I've got the once this is dried, what remains of the deck tan will just be on the leading edge, and I'll colour the rest of it down. So it should look okay, hopefully. That's the plan. And a few other little bits and pieces. So the exhausts here, I can only do one side at a time, obviously. So I've done the exhausts, and there are a couple of bomb racks which I've done, and this is a filter of some kind. Now, there's no designation for it at all in the kit as to what colour it would be. I've currently painted it silver, but I may put some black around the centre, just to make it look a little bit better. And these are 4 little bombs, and in the instructions it says to paint them flat yellow. That to me seems quite drastic. I could be wrong, but I've decided just to do them in olive green, which is a bit more like the green I would expect. I could be, as I say, I could be totally wrong, and if I am, let me know. But all these are almost ready to go on. These can all go onto the existing plane as it stands, and then we're getting inexorably closer. I nearly said that. So that's as far as we've got today. Little bits coming together. There aren't too many parts on the sprues now, and start to get these on the plane. And then I've got the great fun of getting the top wing on, and the even greater fun of doing the rigging on it, which is going to be very interesting indeed. So there we are. That's where we're up to. So there we are, on quite a bit further than we were. I'll get those parts on the plane as soon as possible, and then I've got the fun of fitting the top wing and getting that square, and then the rigging, which I'm looking forward to. Actual rigging for things like aerials and things, I don't think I'd have too much of a problem with, but these are between the wings, and it's going to be a rather cramped space to work in, so I'm going to have to try and find a way of doing things. I've got a few ideas that have been given to me by another friend, so I shall see where I go with that. I'd like to say a big thank you to Nigel at Nigel's Modelling Bench at this stage. He gave me a shout out on one of his recent videos, and I know a lot of you have come over here and subscribed because he mentioned it. So thanks to you, Nigel, and thanks to all those of you who have subscribed from that shout out. It's great to see you, and please do comment on the builds. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. It helps the channel a huge amount. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and if you hit the bell, YouTube will let you know every time I release a new video. So until the next time, thanks very much for watching. Cheerio.